everyone, it's your Geek with the technique. Shoot up the whole competition, and coming back after a sprained ankle, a week of no videos, and 600 plus subs. Thank you. We're going to kick off my return with a review of Horizon Zero Dawn, so let's begin.
Majestic, but lethal. It belongs to them, the machines.
After pre-ordering Horizon Zero Dawn and getting 2 additional weapons that aren't that good, with a cool Horizon Zero Dawn poster, I delved into the magic that was Horizon Zero Dawn, and while playing it, I said to myself, 9 out of 10. And extreme narrative moments, 10 out of 10. But after sitting back and actually getting to know the whole world, those scores really didn't reciprocate back to me as I wanted them to. So I'll give you the premise and some pros and cons. The game takes place 1,000 years after a catastrophe where machines basically roam the land and mankind isn't the dominant species anymore. You play as a woman named Aloy, not Alloy, you idiots, who is trying to figure out and unfold the mysteries that happened to the old ones, quote unquote old ones, while exploring a beautiful open world and trying to overcome overwhelming odds. Now, the graphics on the game are absolutely outstanding, especially on the PS4 Pro. It's such a lush and beautiful world with these little moments in the game that make it all the worthwhile. For example of these little moments is when the machines are doing animal-like things due to the symbolization of other animals such as horses and saber-tooths, not to mention their behavior towards other animals such as when I see a pterodactyl try to fight a rock breaker or seeing a dead watcher on the side of a dust storm. Really does add to that realism that can't be beat. Now, what's really outstanding is the main protagonist and the supreme detail to narrative. With Aloy, she's probably the first female character that I ever had an emotional attachment to. Not to say that there aren't good female protagonists, but there's just little to none compared to male protagonists, making it hard to find one that suits you. And for some female protagonists, they're glorified in a tone of big boobs or, looking very exposed in clothes, if I may say so myself. This isn't the case for Aloy, and I soon grew an emotional attachment to her because, just like me, she was trying to figure out what happened to this world. And when you find out an interesting piece of the puzzle, it pushes you to move further with ambition, no matter how high the level or cost. I'm not going to spoil the game, but let me tell you, it's one hell of an unprecedented ride that keeps you guessing, and in my opinion, no plot holes in the end. With that being said, Aloy is smart, ambitious, determined, strong-willed, skillful, and I can't lie, a pretty cute character.
Aloy. Survive.
No! Oh, that's gonna sting a little.
Exploration is a really big thing as well, from going to ground to climbing a tall neck and looking at the huge world. There are 3 big sections in the world of environments that are in this game: grasslands, desert lands, and snowy lands, each having unique structure to how you tackle objectives. And I'll be honest, it's so satisfying getting a headshot with an arrow and hearing that good old headshot sound. It goes like, okay, that's kind of weird. Let me go to the next one. Now, one of my final pros with this game is the inventory system. I love it. At first, it was pissing me off due to its extreme amount of eye coordination to what you're selling / trading and what you're buying, but it grew on me as the quick menu was open in combat to aid you with quick crafting of arrows and other ammo from your weapon, to upgrading my skill set in categories of Prowler, Brave, Forger, an element you should pay attention to while in or playing the game. Also, just to be nice, here are some quick tips from Kotaku, that gaming site, because while playing this marvelous game, there are some things I wish I would have known. Okay, so now it's time to get to its cons. On its own, Horizon Zero Dawn may seem like a wonderland of amazement, but to a gamer like me who's played games in the past, there are elements in the game some big-time reviewers are calling unique, when they're basically elements from other games put into this and added with additional narrative. I compared some things in this game that obviously are similar to other games, such as Tomb Raider with its shooting mechanics, Far Cry Primal with its movement of land and world, and obviously Witcher 3 in its obvious Witcher sense to Aloy using her focus. For some, this is unique who haven't played some of the games I just listed, but to me, it's not unique. It's a revamped new version of the same old popular game mechanics. At one point, even me saying Arkham Origins Detective Mode, and just little tiny Assassin's Creed resemblances. But that can be overlooked, or outlooked, by some. Now what cannot be outlooked is the game's melee attacks. As you switch between light and heavy, I feel there's no impact either way, and even if you do fight, there's no lock or target system, so you're basically aimlessly attacking, which can cause a lot of deaths to happen in the process. One last thing I hate to love but love to hate is the side missions in this game. It can become a great repetitive mess, choosing between grabbing something for someone or finding something for someone. And it's just kind of that thing where it's just put in there to add a little bit more content into the game. Unnecessary content, by the way. But until you look at the personality behind the story, where people you meet will take you into more interest about them instead of the overall mission. So now it's time to get to our all-beloved Geekish Gamer Show's conclusion. Horizon Zero Dawn practices what makes the game great: a strong female protagonist, a great narrative, and a beautiful, lush world. Is it perfect? No! Alright, their side missions can get repetitive, and even though most games can use mechanics from other games, Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't put any unique spin on it, as others are saying. With that being said, is it Game of the Year material? Well, yes, and that is a strong, outstanding yes. So today, I'm going to give Horizon Zero Dawn an 8.5 out of 10. With that being said, I'll see you guys later on the next Geekish Gamer Show. Thank you for watching. I have returned. And bye, guys.